3 Secrets to Manifesting Your Man online workshop. My name is Matt Boggs. I am really glad that you're here today. Go ahead and chat in the chat bar where your name and where you're chatting in from. Let's get to meet everybody here as we go through this. So hello from Budapest. Hello from France. Right on. France is in the house. How exciting is that? I love that. We got hello from Massachusetts. Hello from London, hello from Italy, hello from Canada, hello from Australia, hello from Mexico, Slovenia, right on. Who is this Matt guy anyway? That's awesome. So Vancouver, BC, welcome. Algeria, welcome. Brazil, welcome. As you can tell, we have a global community of like-minded people interested in increasing the love in our lives on this online workshop. So welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. If you don't know who I am, I'll give you an introduction here shortly, but let's set our intention because we're here for you. We're here for your love life. We're here to help you manifest the relationship that you would love or improve the relationship you already have. Some of you might be in a relationship. And if you are, the information on this workshop will help you take that deeper. But go ahead and set your intention for yourself. What is your intention by means of you being here? Because as we set our intention and we have clear intentions, we're much more likely to create that result in our life. So I invite you right now to go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Set an intention for yourself that aligns with what it is that you want, that you're going to create value from this online experience today, that you're going to receive insights, ideas. My intention is that you walk away inspired, you walk away activated, you walk away with not only some principles that maybe you have learned, but simply forgotten to practice, and some principles that are new for you that you can apply in your life right now to shift your results. So make sure that you are fully present, fully tuned in, because we are going to have a great time together. Also, make sure you have a sheet of paper with you, not just one sheet, but hopefully several sheets, because we're going to be doing some activities. This is an engaged workshop that we have, something obviously to write with, and we're going to have a great time. So let's get into this. Now, here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover the 3 secrets for manifesting the man of your dreams. And at the end of this online workshop, I have a special gift for you. So make sure that you stay till the very end because you're not going to want to miss this gift. You are absolutely going to love it. And also, my promise to you is I'm going to give you everything I can give you in the time that we have here. You're going to find that it's packed with great information. And I've been coaching women in manifesting their man for 10 years. And there's no way that we can pack everything into just this short time that we have together. And so I know that there are going to be those of you where you're going to want to take this deeper. You're going to want to really apply this to your life. There are going to be those of you who want additional support. And I always get asked at the end, what programs can I study? Do you have any coaching? What can I do? So my promise to you is we're going to give you everything we can in this webinar. And at the end, I'll describe a program that is available to you to really integrate this and take this further into your life. It's called Manifest Your Man. So how do you know if you're in the right place? Now, chances are you may have met me online and got an email about this webinar. Maybe you got this, you heard about this from a friend of yours or someone who you admire said, hey, go check out this online webinar with Matt Boggs. So how do you know if you're in the right place? Well, let's go through some criteria here because I have people who get attracted to this work from all different walks of life and all different experiences. And we all have one thing in common, and that's that we want a more deep and fulfilling relationship in our life, or we want to attract a deep, fulfilling relationship into our life. So this is for you if you are ready to meet the life partner that you desire and you deserve. If that's you, then you're absolutely in the right place. You're also in the right place if your confidence in yourself has been shattered by a breakup or divorce. I have a lot of people who are attracted to this work because, and maybe they haven't been dating for a long time. It's been years since they've been on a date or years since they've had a great relationship. And part of that is due to the fact that you don't trust yourself when it comes to relationships and you're afraid of getting hurt again. If that's you, you're absolutely in the right place. You're in the right place if you feel frustrated because you keep attracting emotionally unavailable guys or jerks, and you're wondering what you're doing wrong. Why do you keep attracting this result? Or worse yet, you may be thinking, what's wrong with you? If that's you, you're absolutely in the right place. You're in the right place if you're tired of attracting guys who make plans at the last minute, or guys who vanish and then text you 2 weeks later like nothing happened. If you're frustrated about this, let me hear you say amen in the chat roll. Go ahead and chat in. If this one gets you, if you're like, I hate guys who plan last minute, they don't follow through, they don't text, they're vanishers. If you've ever been ghosted, go ahead and chat in amen here in the chat box. Amen, amen, amen. Oh my gosh, these are coming in so fast right now. So if this is you, you're in the right place. You're in the right place if you're successful in every area of your life except for your love life. And it's been a long journey and you're finally ready to create that partnership you desire. You know, if you're like me, in my life, I was years single and frustrated about it. And I would have all these other successes in my life and all these other areas except for the realm of relationships. And I would hate the question that people would ask me that said, oh, you're so great. You're such a catch. Like, why are you still single? In other words, what's wrong with you, right? Or what are you doing wrong? I hated that question. Maybe you can relate to that. So if you feel frustrated, you are not alone. I have literally worked with thousands and thousands of women, helping them manifest their man. And I don't care how long it's been for you. I don't care where you live. I don't care what you look like. I don't care, how the past relationships, how painful those might have been. If you want a relationship in your life, I know it's possible for you. And I join you in this. Like I said, I can personally vouch for this system. I've helped thousands of women improve their relationships, attract a relationship. And I know this works, not just from helping other women, but also firsthand. See, in my late 20s, I had been single for 5 years. I was frustrated with my results, and I was getting to this place of hopelessness, almost resigning myself to this feeling like, and I know it sounds silly to say this, even because I was so young, but I was in this place like, maybe it's not going to happen for me. It's happening for my friends. They're meeting the love of their lives, and maybe it's just not meant to be for me. And so I decided to do some work on myself. And if you know my story at all, I won't tell you the entire story here, but I ended up going to a seminar, and it was very revealing to me. That seminar helped me understand that I am at the center of the results of my life. I am the root cause of the results that I'm experiencing and I'm getting. And I wanted to figure out what I could do to shift this result in my love life. And I moved from feeling like hopeless, feeling sad, feeling extremely lonely. And I made a decision in my life. I made a decision that I was going to change. I made a decision that I was tired of being tired of this. If you've ever gotten to that place, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of the state of your love life. And so I was willing to do whatever it took, whatever it cost, however long it was going to take to shift my love life. And so the way that I did this is I went on a journey to discover from real people who had amazing love lives what they did to make that last. And I drove 12,000 miles interviewing couples who had incredible marriages. We called them the search. This was the search for America's greatest marriages. My best friend went on this journey with me. We spent years interviewing couples who had extraordinary relationships on how they knew this was the one, how they prepared themselves to be ready. What was it that attracted this person? How did they be in this relationship to create an extraordinary connection and love story? And while I was doing this research, I was also researching and reading every book I could get my hand on love, dating, relationships, human dynamics, what creates attraction, what creates connection, communication dynamic. And at the end of all of this study, I began to see a pattern that emerged. And they were doing the same things. There were common threads that they were all doing. And when I applied this to my own life, everything shifted. and I ended up meeting the love of my life. But in order to do that, I had to discover my blind spots. I had some blind spots that I didn't even know were there. And so part of my journey was also hiring a coach, because there's this great saying that says, you can't see the picture when you're the one in the frame, right? And so I hired a coach to help me see my blind spots. And we applied the system to what I was doing, to my love life, and I ended up meeting the love of my life. This is Irene Boggs, my wife, on our wedding day. And a couple years later, we ended up bringing this beautiful soul into our family. Her name is Isabella. And so I'm so happy and grateful that these couples share these principles with me, that the experts who have blazed the trail before me helped reveal a pattern for what creates amazing results in your love life. And I'm so happy and grateful that I tuned in to the power that existed in me to shift this in my life. That same power lives in you. You can absolutely change your love life. And today we're going to talk about the overarching framework, these three main pillars that build this framework for how to create and manifest the man of your dreams. Because the reality is, there is a system, a repeatable, reliable system that you can follow to find love. It's not a giant mystery. It's not like something, and it's also something you don't have to figure out by trial and error, burning precious years, going through intense pain, trying to figure it out on your own. There is a system that you can follow to have the deep, passionate, connected relationship that you want. And today we're going to go over the three main pillars of that system. Now, if you have mixed emotions about finding the love of your life or manifesting your man, it's interesting. I get to ask this question to women all over the world, and I say, are you ready to manifest your man? And they'll say, yes. And like part of them is ready, and then part of them is scared because of the experiences that you may have had in the past. And so if you have mixed emotions, part of you feels scared, but part of you feels this, yes, that's okay. And that's actually a good sign. That's a good sign. And so right now I invite you to tune into the part of you that says yes. Tune into that part of you, the part of you that said yes to this invitation. There was a part of you that believes that you can absolutely have the relationship that you want. That part of you got you here right now to this moment on this day. So tune into that part of you, because it's that yes part of you that is saying yes to the possibility for a better love life. It's saying yes to the possibility of something extraordinary in your life, because it knows that that can be real, that can be your life. And I truly believe that as you connect to that part of you that's saying yes, that I know that this is your time. This is your moment. You deserve to have the love that you want. 1,000%. You deserve it, and it can absolutely be your life. So Dr. Reverend Michael Beckwith says, to make real change in our lives, we are often pushed by pain until we're pulled by a vision. It's both the vision for what we long for, this longing, and then this pain, this discontent in our lives. It's those two things that end up becoming fuel to help us move in the direction of our dream. So let me ask you this, as we tune into the pain, let's get honest with each other, you and myself right here. Let's get honest about how long has your love life been unfulfilling? Let's tune into the pain for just a moment, because that pain used well can become fuel to change our lives. So how long has your love life been unfulfilling? Some clients of mine will say it's been years. Others will say it's been decades. Others will say they've never had a fulfilling relationship. It's their entire life has been unfulfilling. Go ahead and chat here in the chat box. How long has it been unfulfilling? I see here 5 years. I see here 10 years. Go ahead and chat into the chat box how long your love life has been unfulfilling. 20 years, what says Roxanne. I've never had a relationship all my life. Maja says forever. 10 years, says Jazz. Christina, 20 years, all my life. Pretty much all my life, says Teresa. Susie says my entire life. 2 years, 4 years. Now, however long it's been for you, tune into the idea about, okay, it's been this long. What has it cost you as far as your emotional experience? Think about the emotions that go along with that, the loneliness that it's cost you, or the lack of joy, the lack of having someone to go on dates with, the lack of having someone in your life during the holidays or on your birthday or special moments that you get to share with someone, the lack of having someone to travel with to the places where you really want to go. Tune into the discontent of that. Tune into the loneliness of that. Allow yourself to feel that. And it's okay. It's okay to connect to that emotion, because if we lock that away and we shut it off and we disassociate from that, then we're robbing ourselves of valuable fuel to help us move forward. And if you got tears in your eyes, or if you're feeling that emotion, that's a good sign. That means you're alive and you've got an amazing amount of power to change your life. So here's what I invite you to do right now. I invite you to write down on a sheet of paper and actually make it a fresh sheet of paper. Okay. This is not going to be your note sheet. Pull out of your journal, pull out of your notebook, a fresh sheet of paper, and write down in a big number how long it's been that your love life has been unfulfilling. Go ahead and write that down. And now write down on this sheet of paper what it's costing you. And you might write down words like, it's costing me my happiness. It's costing me memories with someone that I love. It's costing me the feeling of loneliness that I'm enduring in my life. It's costing me, being looked at like I'm less than by friends and family members because they think I should be with someone and I'm not. Whatever it is, whatever your experience is, go ahead and write down here what it's costing you. And then after you've written this down, here's what we're going to do. I want you to hold up this paper, and in a moment, we're going to tear this paper in half. And tearing this paper in half, don't do it yet. Tearing this paper in half is going to symbolize a fresh start. Because in order to change our lives, it takes the courage to make a decision, a convicted decision for yourself that you're saying no more to the past, that your history does not determine your destiny. You're saying no more to the past. I'm creating something new in my life. I'm creating something positive in my life. I'm creating something different. I know it might be scary. I know it might be hard. I don't know everything that's going to be in store to create this. I don't even know how to create this, but I'm committed to it. And so let the ripping of this paper be a ripping away from the past experiences and opening yourself to something new moving forward. So you and I, let's rip our papers on the count of 3. Here we go. You're ready to create something new in your life. 1, 2, 3. All right, there you are. So go ahead and give yourself a hug and saying, yes, this is a brand new chapter in your life. And you can look back on this day at this time and say, this was the moment everything started to change. This was the moment my new life and my new chapter for my love life began. So now that we have a new chapter, now that we have a fresh blank slate in front of us, this is your opportunity to be pulled by a vision. Saying those pains, those experiences, those are no longer my story, no longer my life. Let's create a new vision for what it is that you would love. So take a fresh sheet of paper out right now and go ahead, and what I encourage you to do is write down, what kind of relationship would you love? Who are you attracting into your love life? And approach it from this perspective. Write down one scene, or imagine, before you write this down, actually, just imagine one scene that's happening in your love life. It might be a lazy Sunday morning and you and your man are sleeping in, and you wake up and you embrace one another, and that turns into kissing, and you guys have this incredible romantic lovemaking session on Sunday morning. And then you get up and you shower and you're both in the kitchen and you're making breakfast together. Smell what it smells like to make breakfast. You've got coffee brewing. You can smell the smell of coffee. You smell the beautiful food, delicious food. And notice what you hear that's around you. Bring your full sensory into this. Just notice what you see. Notice what you smell. Notice what you hear. Where is your man in this vision? Maybe you feel him come up to you and give you a big hug from behind and kiss you on the neck, and you get chills down your spine. Because the clearer you can paint this vision for what it is that you would love in your life, the clearer you can paint that, the more power you have to make it real in your life. You want a crystal clear vision of what it is that you would love in your life. Most women go to what they don't want. When you say, what kind of relationship you want? Well, I don't want a man who cheats. I don't want a man who won't make plans. I don't want a man who is selfish and so on and so forth. And they're way more clear on what they don't want than what it is that they do want. You want to get emotionally invested with what you do want and let go of the things that you don't want. Now, let's take a deep breath. Bring your full presence, your full attention to this moment right now. Focus in, because we're going to dive in with the cause of our results. So let's take a look at what are the cause of the results. What's been contributing to you actually creating the results that you've had thus far in your life? Here's the cause of our results. And before I share this with you, don't let the simplicity of this fool you. Don't let the simplicity let it signal that it's not powerful. This is incredibly powerful. One of the things that, especially if you have read a lot in your life, if you've attended a lot of personal development seminars, one thing to avoid is the I know that syndrome. You might think, oh, well, I've heard that before. I know that. I've heard that before. I know that. That is one of the ways the paradigm likes to keep us closed-minded and stuck and not growing. Because what's green grows, what's ripe rots. So if we think we already know that and our life isn't reflecting that, then we don't truly know it. We simply know about it. How do you know if you truly know something? You only know it when your life reflects it, when you're actually living it. So here's the cause of our results. That your thoughts, by law, must be expressed, your thoughts will generate your feelings. Okay? And so you know this. When you're feeling when you're thinking thoughts like I'm worthy and I'm sexy and I'm beautiful, then you're feeling more confident. When you're thinking thoughts like all men cheat, all men lie, or men are going to hurt me, men are going to leave me, then you feel depressed about the possibility of your love life. When you think scary thoughts, your heart races and you feel scared. When you think fun, happy, funny thoughts, you have a smile on your face, you feel happy, you feel light. Now, these thoughts by law are expressed into our actions. And you know this, when you're feeling sexy, you literally walk differently. You smile more freely, your shoulders are back. When you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling fat, when you're feeling not attractive, it comes across in how you're walking, how you're behaving, the choices that you make, where you choose to go, who you choose to talk to, and how you show up. And it's our actions that lead us to our results. So your thoughts cause feelings, feelings cause actions, action cause results. This is the law of cause and effect. What's interesting is most people don't see this as the law of cause and effect. Most people look at their conditions and their circumstances. So in this formula, the first cause of our results is what it is that we're thinking about. It's what's going on up here, right? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about men? And what do you believe about relationships? That's the first cause of your results. But most people don't see this as their cause. Most people look at their circumstances as their causes. And they'll say, well, it's funny, they're actually smart because they don't call them their causes. They actually call their circumstances their be causes. And here's what I mean. They'll say, I can't have a relationship because I'm too old. I can't have a relationship because I'm not pretty enough. I can't have a relationship because all men cheat, all men lie. I can't have a relationship because of where I live. I can't have a relationship because. We're actually the first cause of all of our results are with us in what we believe and what we're thinking. And the harsh reality is that you are the cause of your results. I am the cause of my results. Now, I know that that might be harsh to say, and that doesn't mean that bad stuff won't happen to us, that other people engage in, but how we respond to those circumstances, what we do with those circumstances and the results that we create ultimately for our life are always with us, and that we are the cause. But the good news is this: if you are the cause, you are also the solution. It's not in other men. It's not out there. You are the solution. And here's the thing: you are more powerful than you know. You are so much more than you know you're capable of. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are connected to an infinite source, a divine source that is far more powerful than you know. And as you tap into that and you begin to manifest from that place, you begin to surprise yourself, amaze yourself at the things that you can do. If you are also the cause, you are also the solution, and you can create the love life that you want. So here are the 3 simple secrets, the Manifest Your Man framework. And you're going to notice that these overlap, these align with the cause of all of our results. And here's what I mean. The first cause is our mind. So how you use your mind in relationships, having a love abundant mindset. And I'm going to unpack what this means as we move through this workshop. That's the first secret and the first step to attracting the man that you want. The second is having a love abundant heart set. And I'll explain again what that means when it comes to, this is how you feel. This is your vibrational state of being in relationships is huge when it comes to being able to attract the relationship that you want. And number 3 is love abundant skill sets. These are the actions that you take, and it can't just be any actions. The skill sets that we have for generating attraction, generating connection, generating communication in relationships, in relationship to the opposite sex or whoever we want to attract, is critically important for the success of your relationship. Because when you master these 3 things, you get love abundant results, the love abundant relationship that you want. So let's unpack these and go deeper into this. I'm going to start actually with the definition for love abundance. You might be thinking, what does love abundant mean? And you may be tuned into this, but love abundance is the state of being that is a deep knowing that your source of love doesn't come from other people. Your source of love doesn't come from the guy that you're dating or come from the relationship that you're in. Your source of love actually comes from your divine connection to this thing called life. Call it spirit, call it God, whatever you want to call it. That is your source of love. And that when you connect to that and you allow yourself to be filled up with a life you love and with a state of love, because like attracts like, then you attract more love into your life. Everything that's harmonious with love comes into your life. When you put your source of love in other people, and when they take it away, when they ghost you or vanish or pull away or break up, then there's this incredible devastating experience that we have where it's extremely painful. And that's actually coming from a place of scarcity, is that there's not enough love and that someone else can take it away, which means I have less love because they're gone. Now, I'm not saying that there's wrong to feel sad when a relationship breaks up, but there's a difference between feeling sad for that loss and actually feeling like we have less love in our lives. When you can come from this state of love abundance, you attract all things love. When you're coming from scarcity, you're attracting and a lack, which is there's not enough, I'm not enough. Then you attract things that reflect to you, there's not enough and I'm not enough. And we're going to go into that here in just a moment. So secret number 1, we're actually going to go in out of order here a little bit. We're going to talk about skill sets first. What are the relationship skill sets? Because there's a lot of programs out there that talk about mindset and heart set, but they leave out skill sets. Or there's programs that talk about skill sets, but they leave out the mindset and the heart set. You really need all 3 to be really fully empowered to change your love life. So here are the areas of skill sets that you want to learn and you want to focus on. Number 1 is attraction. What causes attraction in men? It's not by accident. Attraction isn't this giant mystery that we wonder what. There's actually things that you can literally do to trigger attraction triggers in other people. And then you want to focus on the skill set for progression. How do you go from just a first date to then dating to being committed to marriage, if that's what you want, in a way that empowers both people? How do you have those conversations? The what are we conversation? The what do you want conversation without coming across needy or from a place of scarcity, but actually having those conversations from a state of abundance that become highly attractive to your man. And third is skill sets in communication. You want to be able to master the conversations around you're not getting your needs met, or he breaks an agreement or you break an agreement. How do you have those conversations so that you come through the other side stronger than before? Right. So let's talk about activating masculine attraction. So here we go. We've got a good looking guy here, right? He's handsome. Let's imagine this guy is a high value man. He's emotionally intelligent. He's successful. He's smart. he's financially stable or well off, he's successful in his life. So what ignites masculine attraction in a high quality man? Well, first, men have a deep desire to have their thoughts and opinions respected. You may not fully understand how deeply this is wired in us as men. To have our thoughts and opinions respected is connected to our sense of survival. Because when we were cavemen, whether we decided or planned to go east or go west to find food meant the difference between living and death. And so that still lives in us today. To have our thoughts and opinions respected is connected to our sense of manhood and connected to our sense of survival. That men who actually don't have their thoughts respected, they don't feel respected in a relationship, eventually they can't even have sex with that woman anymore because they become impotent. Okay? Now, second, men want to provide for you. This is also deeply hardwired in us. So the more we feel like we're able to provide for you, the more we feel like we're doing a good job in providing for you, the more attraction we feel in this relationship. Now, my wife came in and she was like, why is that arrow pointing to his crotch? And I said, what are you talking? That arrow is not pointing to his crotch. That arrow is pointing to his hands. Clearly it's pointing to his hands. So all the ladies, if you thought that was pointing to his crotch, I just want to say, where's your mind this morning? Where's your mind on this workshop? Clearly, he's pointing to his hand. So, because we want to provide for you, right? Okay. And number 3 is a man's greatest fear is inadequacy, is feeling incompetent in your presence. So, which means that if he can feel competent, if he can feel more like the man he wants to be when he's around you, that triggers his attraction. He will get this sense of aliveness, the sense of positive emotion, and he links it to you. So let's talk about, in order for you to meet the man of your dreams, it's going to require meeting more high quality men in your life. How many high quality men do you meet in your life? Go ahead on your sheet of paper, go ahead and write that down. How many high quality men do you meet in your life? Okay. And go ahead and chat that in. How many high quality do you men on a weekly basis in your life? Go ahead and write that on a sheet of paper. On a weekly basis, how many high quality men do you meet? And go ahead and chat that into the chat roll here. None. Mariana says none. Zizu says a bunch of zeros. Roxanne says none. Peggy says none. Margarita says 0.025. I wonder if the 0.025, if that's not like, you don't even meet one high quality man, you actually meet a bunch of low quality men. Maybe that's it. Clarissa 2. All right. Fantastic. Mila 0. So obviously, in order to meet more high quality, in order to meet the man of your dreams, you're going to have to increase that number. So draw whatever number you wrote down, draw an arrow up that symbolizes we're going to have to meet more men in our lives. And so I'm going to give you a proven strategy right now to meet more men. All right. This is it. Be the chooser. What do I mean by this? Oftentimes, women, when dating, they will be waiting for someone to choose them, waiting for a man to pick them. Online, waiting for a man to reach out to them. Offline, waiting for a man in your daily life to approach you. If you want to meet more high-quality men, you've got to dial up how proactive you are. Take your love life into your own hands and be the chooser, not just simply be chosen. And here's what I mean. I'm going to give you a couple of strategies, 2 strategies right now to meet more men. The first strategy is to flirt better. Flirt better. Most women, if you ask them, you ask your girlfriends, hey, how are you at flirting? And they'll say, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at flirting. Let me tell you, you're not good at flirting. Okay. Most women flirt in a way where men can hardly detect it, because your perception of yourself flirting is not our perception of you flirting. And here's what I mean. Most men were nervous about talking to a woman. We're nervous about crossing the room to go talk to her because we're afraid of getting rejected. Almost every guy has been rejected, shot down, and had to do the long walk of shame back across the bar while his buddies laugh at him because he approached a woman and she shot him down. So most men are looking for a big green light to be able to approach you. here's the thing. You might think, well, there's a lot of men who just go up and talk to a lot of women. Well, 5% of the men are doing 95% of the approaching. Not 5% of the men who have gotten over the fear of rejection are actually doing 95% of the approaching, which means 95% of the men are sitting back, scared, or waiting for a big green light from you signaling it's okay to come and approach you. So most women, they flirt way too small. And here's what I mean. Let's say I've got my coffee cup here. Let's say you're at a coffee shop with your girlfriend and you see a hot guy walk in the coffee shop and you would love to talk to this guy. And the coffee shop's busy, it's going on. And so you're talking to your girlfriend and you see this guy walk in, you're like, oh my gosh, he is so cute. Is he looking at me? No? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna flirt with him. Watch this, right? And let's say you're the guy, right? And so the woman does this. She goes, oh my gosh, I just flirted with him. Is he looking? Right now? And she's like, no, he's not looking. He's not coming over here. And you're like, let me say, that is not flirting. Okay. If you catch our eye for a split second, that's not flirting. And I know that I may be exaggerating a little bit, but most women, they don't hold it nearly long enough. I'm going to challenge you right now to dial up your flirting. You have to make it obvious. You have to get to the place where it's actually uncomfortable for you. The moment it becomes uncomfortable for you is the moment we start to get, oh, wow, she actually might be flirting with me. So I might look like a goofball. I'm going to put myself out there. I might look like a goofball, but it's okay. I'm going to show you how long you should hold his gaze, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but that's what it takes, okay? So guy walks in, you're like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay, I'm going to flirt with him. And here's what it is. It's the look, the look away, the look back, and hold. And that's where you hold it for a long time. You smile at him. You shoot him a sexy look, sexy energy from your heart. And then you look back. Okay. Looks like this. You look and you're like, you might even throw a third one in there like that. But did you see how long I held that? Like it was no mistaking that I was looking at you and I was smiling. And I know it's funny, but that's how long it takes. Look at this woman right here. You have to be brave and flirt bigger. Look at her eye contact, right? Look at her smile. That's what you've got to do. And you got to hold that. You give a man a nice big green light, more men are going to approach you. And guess what? You were the chooser. And you remain feminine because that look says, no, you approach me, come over to me. If he doesn't approach, you can even amp it up a little bit and give him a little, call him over. Very, very effective. I know it's going to be scary, but that's what it takes. Secret number 2 is that you actually approach him. Now you might be thinking, Matt, I don't want to be the masculine in the relationship. I want a man who's the masculine. I want to be the feminine, right? Amen. Most women don't know that you can actually approach a man from the masculine point of view. And here's what I mean. Here's how to do this. Ask for a favor and then ask for his opinion. This is simple and highly effective and masterful. Here's why. Asking for a favor actually activates his desire to be seen as capable and his desire to be a masculine provider. When you ask for a favor, you're saying to him, hey, I see you as someone who can actually provide for me. And it triggers his attraction triggers of wanting to be capable and wanting to provide for you, right? And then asking for his opinion triggers his desire to have his thoughts respected. And he feels trusted. You trust him to give you advice in this particular area or even share his thoughts with you. Very elegant, very clean, and gives you permission to talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime, and not feel like you're doing the approaching. All you have to do, in other words, when it comes to you making the approach, you actually have it easier. It might be scary, but it's slightly easier because all you have to do is break the ice. You actually don't want to ask him out. All you want to do is break the ice and let him pick up the conversation and then ask you out. So in reality, you chose him, you approached him, you broke the ice, but he's going to feel like he did all the work and feel that masculine of like, I asked her out and I'm leading now, because you're going to let him finish it by asking you out and picking up the conversation. I'm just going to give you a few examples. Now, in the Manifest Your Man program, where I'm working with women over a period of months, we go into every scenario you could imagine. You feel fully empowered no matter where you are in your life with exactly what you can say, exactly what you can do. I'm just going to give you a few examples here that you can take and use immediately. So if you're at a department store, see a hot guy, you walk up and say, hey, can I ask for a quick favor? I'd love your opinion on something. And immediately you'll see him do this. His arms, shoulders will go back. You'll be like, oh, great. Yeah, I'm happy to help. What can I help you with? And you say something like, hey, I'm buying a gift for my brother and you've got great style. Which shirt do you like better? And you hold up a couple of shirts and he'll say, oh, no, I like that one. And then he'll start the conversation and he'll progress it. And this is a great way to break the ice. Anywhere in your life, you can do this. Hey, can I ask you for a quick favor? I'd love your opinion on something. It's the favor opinion opener. You say, my friends and I are looking for a great hike. You seem like you're in good shape. Do you have any recommendations for us? This is just one example that you can use. Lots of clients have used this. You're out and about, or you're at the gym, or you're anywhere, and you're like, hey, we want to go on this hike. You're obviously in great shape. What I love about this, and throwing in the little compliment, is it gives a little sexual tension in this opener as well. Standing in line anywhere, you can say, hey, can I ask you for a quick favor? Like, you see a good looking guy, he gets in line, you get in behind him, you tap him on the arm, and you say, hey, can I ask you for a quick favor? He'll say, yes, what do you need? Can you hold my place for just a second? I'm going to go grab something. He's like, what's great is that's so easy for him to do. He's like, sure. And he's guarding your place. You're asking him to guard something for you. Very masculine thing to do. He's guarding your place. You come back and you say, thanks so much. So how's your day going anyway? And boom, it starts. And he feels like, oh, wow, I can actually talk to this woman. And he starts talking. He's like, so where are you from? And how long you been here? And this, and where do you do? What do you like? And you start the conversation right there. Now, in the entire program, we talk about exactly how do you progress the relationship, different ways to actually cause him to ask you out on a date that are very feminine, and so on and so forth. So, but these are 3 great strategies that you can use right now in your love life to meet more high quality men on a weekly basis. I'll give you an example of this. Martina Lubiva, she's from Slovakia, ended up enrolling in the Manifest Your Man program, saw this webinar, loved it, said, oh, I would love more of that. And she was dating a lot of guys. She was dating a lot of guys who were choosing her, but weren't emotionally available, didn't want a relationship. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to be the chooser. So she ends up applying the principles that we teach for how to be the chooser online from the feminine, and ends up meeting Stanisla, this guy. Super high quality man, amazing heart, smart, successful. Look at the energy these two have. Look at Martina. She just loves this guy. They date, they get past the first date, they get past the second date. He wants a relationship. And shortly thereafter, Martina proposes to Stanisla. When I say shortly, after a period of months. And today they are married. And Martina sent me this photo saying, oh my God, thank you so much. We got married. And so what a great example of the power of being the chooser in your life. Now, what holds us back? You might be thinking, okay, Matt, those are great strategies. Or you probably already know some flirting strategies. You probably already know things you could be doing in your love life right now that you're not. Chances are there's things you're doing that you're not, that you could be doing that you're not currently doing. So what holds us back from actually moving these relationships forward? Well, it all starts again right here. It's the love abundant mindset and heart set is the inner work that we must do to empower ourselves to generate a state of worth and confidence that can propel us forward. And here's what I mean. A love abundant mindset, chances are there are limiting beliefs that you have about love, about yourself, about men. So on your sheet of paper, write down what is one limiting belief that you have about love and relationships. What do you believe that's limiting, that's not serving you? It can be a story about yourself. It can be a story about men. It can be a story about love. And write one of those beliefs down on your sheet of paper. And also write it down in the chat. Share with us what's a belief that you have in the chat here that isn't serving you in your love life. All right. Now, your thoughts might be something like, it'll never happen for me. I'm destined to be alone. Or you could have thoughts like, I'm not enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough, funny enough, or I'm unworthy of love. Or you might have a deep-seated idea that you might be flawed in some way, and that's not serving you. Or you might have the thought there are no good men out there. They're all married, or they're all gay, or whatever the story is. Or you might think, all men lie, all men cheat, or men only want sex, men only want a date, men only want whatever, and it's not serving you. Men are scary, says Gail. Isabel says, I'm not enough. Belinda says, I'm not lovable. Lorraine says, unworthy. Yeah. And on and on. The I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable. So here's what we're going to do. Or this one is actually a good one. It says, my expectations are just too high. You might be the person who you've done a lot of work on yourself. You're spiritually developed. You're successful. You want the same kind of man in your life. And you have people telling you your expectations are too high. And so that's your belief. And you keep attracting men who are below your expectations because that's what it is that you believe. Because here's the deal. Like attracts like. So whatever you believe, that's the state of vibration you're in. And that's what you begin to attract more of in your life. A love abundant mindset is different. It's where we shift away. We actually repattern those old beliefs into a love abundant mindset. A love abundant mindset is thoughts and beliefs that are aligned with having the relationship that you want. Because like attracts like, what thoughts are you going to have? So let me ask you to do this. Right now, cross out the belief that doesn't serve you on your sheet of paper. Cross that out. It might be, I'm not enough. All men want this, whatever. Cross that out and write in a belief that you can hold that's aligned with the relationship that you want. It might be, I am enough. I'm perfect just as I am. There's an amazing man out there for me. If there are no good men, write down there is an amazing man out there for me, and he's looking for me right now. What is a belief that you can replace this with? Love abundant mindset, part of this. And in the program, we go through specific processes that help you eradicate these beliefs and replace them with powerful beliefs that generate a state of worth, a state of confidence in you, that align with the ideas that it's a deep knowing that you are worthy of love. Attracting the relationship you want requires a deep knowing that you are worthy of love. It requires a deep knowing that you will find love, this confidence, this hope and possibility, and knowing that you will find love. It's also the ability to trust yourself and to trust your decisions, to trust your intuition, because that helps generate the state where you're able to move yourself forward. Now, because again, what you believe matters. Right? If you believe it's impossible, if you believe there's no good men, that's what you're going to attract. It doesn't mean that there's not good men out there. It just means that that's what you're experiencing because that's what you believe and that's what life is bringing you. So let me just give you an example of how this works, the result cycle. Let's say that you get rejected. So a guy ghosts you, takes you out, you have a great date, and then he just doesn't call again. And it's the third time that's happened, and you're like, oh my gosh, and that old feeling rises up in you that I'm unworthy. And you start to then feel unworthy. And because you feel unworthy, you have this repetitive thoughts like maybe there are no good men, maybe I'm not deserving of this incredible relationship. And the problem is then you begin to act unworthy. And what happens is a guy who writes you online and wants to go out with you, and you read his profile and you're like, oh, I don't know if that's really what I want, but this is the first cute guy who's written me in a long time. Okay, I'm going to go out with him. And you go out with him and you guys are having a great date, and then he wants you to go home with him. And so because you're feeling unworthy, you act unworthy, you don't communicate what you want on that date as far as your standards and boundaries. Instead, you just go home with him. And then he's like, hey, let's have a couple glasses of wine and let's go into the bedroom. And you're thinking, well, he's really into me. He's treating me really nice. I don't want to mess this moment up. Maybe I'll just sleep with him because it's what he wants. It's a little too fast for me, but I'm willing to do it. And you end up sleeping with him from the state of not communicating your boundaries, not communicating your standards. You don't know what he wants in the relationship. And you end up acting unworthy. And then sure enough, he doesn't call for a few days and then calls again on Thursday night to take you out that same night It's not even Friday or Saturday and you're acting unworthy. You say, okay, and you jump and you go and you guys have another great night and you end up sleeping together again. And this goes on for a little while until you get fed up and you get to this place of, I'm tired of him not talking to me in between. I'm tired of us only texting. I'm tired of us hitting me up last minute and all we do is we're sleeping together. And so you decide to have the conversation with him of the, what do you want? And he says, well, no, I don't want a committed relationship. And you say, well, I do. And you both discover that you don't want the same things. So you decide to break up. You feel like you get rejected again, which perpetuates the I'm unworthy. No men want me. Then you feel unworthy and the cycle repeats itself. This is called the cycle of results right there, the results cycle. So how do you change your beliefs from unworthy to worthy, right? Here's how to do it. We're gonna talk about this. Neuroscientists, what we now know about the way our brain is wired up we've discovered incredible things over the last decade. And what we've discovered is that your beliefs are patterns of neurons, and that these neurons, what fires together, wires together. So in other words, the more you think a thought, the stronger that belief becomes, because what fires together, wires together, becomes hardwired. But we also know that we have the ability, we have what's called neuroplasticity. You can actually unhook old beliefs that aren't serving you and build new beliefs. So 3 factors that change a belief. The first factor is consistency. What belief and what thought are you entertaining the most? Whatever thought you're repeating the most is going to be the strongest voice in your head. It's going to be the strongest belief you have. So it's replacing the old belief with a new belief. Anytime that old belief rises up, you interrupt it, you replace it with a new empowering belief. Over time, consistently, I'm not saying it's easy, it takes work to do this, but when you do this, you will literally see the old belief dissolve away and the new belief form, and it will become the strongest voice in your head. There are 2 other factors that speed this process up. If you want to manifest your man quickly and you want to accelerate the process, here's 2 other factors that do that. The second factor is a coach, because what we now know, there's a reason why professional athletes and Olympians have coaches. There's a reason why top-level executives have coaches. And that's because when you have a coach, in other words, someone who has expertise and a proven track record in a particular area, feeding back to you positive beliefs about yourself, those ideas land in a different place in the brain that's more fertile. And it takes root stronger. So you not only have your voice telling you the positive belief, but you have a coach's voice of authority, and your brain responds to that, and it ends up accelerating the whole process. The second thing that happens that accelerates the process of changing your beliefs is a community. When you're among a like-minded group of people that are all supporting each other in the belief that you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are destined to be in love, that accelerates the process of changing those beliefs, because you're hearing those ideas, again, what fires together, wires together. Versus, I know so many people who come into my program that said, look, I want to change the conversation. My girlfriends, they sit around, they man bash, they talk about how bad it is out there, how hard it is out there. Guess what? Every time you hear those thoughts, even if they're not your own, you're firing those ideas together and you're wiring them in your own brain. You want to protect yourself from those negative conversations and get into a different conversation with a group of people who are all talking about what's possible and what's well, because that accelerates the growth in your brain. Now, when the same thing happens with the result cycle, instead of feeling unworthy, let's say you shift that belief to I'm worthy, and then you feel worthy, you feel confident, you feel grounded, and you're acting worthy, you're acting confident. A guy asks you out on a date. You go on a date with him because you're acting worthy, and you're feeling confident in your ability to respond to that date, in yourself. You ask him what he wants in a relationship. He hears what you want. He knows now that you're wanting something special, that you're wanting something committed. And so because you're acting worthy, there's also and listen to this, this is really important. There's a subconscious trigger that happens for men. When you're acting confident and worthy, it signals us that you must be a woman who's highly desired by other men. When you're acting like you have choices, it means that you have choices, meaning other men are attracted to you. This is an attraction trigger called social proof. When we see you as highly desirable, our own desire for you goes up. And so he sees your worth. He starts treating you as worthy. He makes more advanced plans. He feels you being highly desired. He wants to be the one with you. So he ends up committing to you, saying, look, I don't want all these other guys dating you. I want to be the one who's dating you. And then the whole cycle repeats itself. I'm worthy. You feel worthy. You act worthy. He sees you as worthy. And it's a positive spiral upward. Right? So I'll give you an example of this. This is Catherine Ford. She is an amazing woman. You can see, beautiful woman. She came into the Manifest Your Man program. And in doing this work on mindset, she had a story that all men want younger women. See, Catherine's 52. And she had constantly been meeting guys who were just wanting women in their 30s. She was like, the men in their 50s who are successful, they just want women in their 30s. That's what she believed. That's what she was attracting. So I showed her a couple of processes for how to shift that belief and really how to get to a root belief below that. And what we ended up discovering through applying this process was that she had a belief of, I'm unworthy. And I'm not telling you exactly where that came from. It was this root belief of I'm unworthy. So we applied this process. She shifted that belief and then ended up attracting David. David reached out to her. They went on a date. And after a couple of dates, David sits at the table with her and says, hey, Catherine, I've got an important question for you. And she's like, what is that? And he said, well, would you mind dating a younger man? Do you mind dating a younger man? And in her mind, she goes, oh my gosh, here we go again. She started to go down that road. All men want younger women. And he's trying to set me up with somebody else, a younger man. And he doesn't want me because I'm too old. And she paused herself in that moment and regrounded herself. And she goes, well, yeah, I may be open to dating a younger man. And he was like, oh, good. He's like, don't get mad, but I looked you up online and I found out where you went to high school and when you graduated. And I know that you're 52 and I'm 48. I'm a couple years younger than you, but I would really love to date you exclusively. I would love for you and I just to be exclusive. Would you be open to that? And she said her heart melted and she felt so happy because she really liked this guy. Excuse me. She really liked this guy. And now Catherine and David are engaged. So it just shows you the power of what can happen for you when you generate a love abundant mindset. Now, let's talk about secret number 3, a love abundant heart set. We talked about having the right beliefs, impact your state of being. But in order to manifest the man of your dreams, you must come from a love abundant heart set. What does this look like? It's a state of being where you are receptive, which means you're open and you're welcoming. You're welcoming to new opportunities and new men in your life. It means that you're not closed off because of past experiences that you've had before. It means that you're resilient and you're strong and you're confident. In other words, part of this comes like being fearless, that you're able to bounce back from rejection. And that state of fearlessness is highly attractive. It's this resilience that comes from a deep, grounded, love abundant heart set. And you're also relaxed. You're not tough. You don't have that hard outer shell going on. You're at peace, you're relaxed, and you're present. And here's why this works. Oh, let me ask you this. So write these 3 down: receptive, resilient, and relaxed. Okay, receptive, resilient, relaxed. Circle the one that you know you could really work on. That if you worked on this, it would help you create a more love abundant heart set. So circle that one. All right. Now, let's talk about 3 triggers that activate connection in men. We talked about attraction. Now we're going to talk about 3 triggers that activate connection in men. And I love this guy. Look at this guy on here. We at my team, we found this picture, and this guy's like, hey, how you doing? Let's talk about 3 triggers that activate connection, huh? I'm going to share with you my trigger, huh? My first, hey, men need to feel trusted. I got to feel trusted. Love this guy. And I'm having fun right now, but it's really true. In order to feel connection with a woman, we need to feel trusted. Now, we have to earn your trust. I'm not saying you blindly hand over trust to a man, but we have to earn your trust. Women who are too guarded, they never give over fully trusting their man, even when he has earned it. We need to feel trusted and we need to feel accepted for who we are. We need to feel accepted for who we are. The only way that you can give us that experience is if you're accepting yourself for who you truly are and loving yourself. When you're in that state, then we feel accepted for who we are. And we need to feel capable of being the man you want. I've broken up and broken off dating because women were acting in a way where it was subconsciously communicating or subtly communicating that I couldn't be capable of delivering what they wanted. Men need to feel capable of being the man you want. And when he feels trusted, he feels accepted, he feels capable, like he can be the man you want in your life, then he feels special. And when a man feels special in your presence, you automatically become special to him. This creates this deep connection with your man. So here's what a closed heart looks like to a man. Now, I know you may have a closed heart. You may have some of these, and it's okay. It's not your fault. Every one of us, when we go through the dating process and we get rejected, those are painful moments. Those are emotional, impactful moments in our life. And unless we do the work or we have support helping us get to this state, it's really easy to have a closed heart and not even know it, right? That's one of the blind spots that many of us have. So you're guarded, you're closed off, you're protecting yourself, which means you're less confident. That actually comes across as less confident. And if you're less confident, you're less free and authentic to really be yourself. And if you're less yourself, we're not able to connect to the real you. You're less playful, which means the dates are less fun, the connections are less fun. You're less accepting of yourself, which means you're less accepting of him, and you're less trusting of yourself, which means you're less trusting of him, and there's a gap in the connection. Do you follow me? You see how this works? So how do you generate a more love-abundant heart set? So in all fairness, when we go through the Manifest Your Man, this is some deep work that we do when we go through the program. And there are specific processes and tools that I give you to open yourself up with love, acceptance, and courage. And what we have time for right now, I'm going to give you one thing that you can do right now on this workshop that will move you forward. And here's what it is. Start by defining your standards and boundaries. And this is key. What are your boyfriend privileges? In other words, what are you willing to do physically with a man? Or how much time are you willing to spend? What days are you willing to spend with a man when he's your boyfriend? And define that. Or when he's your husband, whatever it is for you. When are you willing to sleep with him? When are you willing to engage physically in intimacy with him? When are you willing to spend the night at his place? Where does the relationship have to be in order to enjoy those privileges together? And here's what's powerful. When you define what that is and you're clear on that and you're solid and you're grounded in yourself of that automatically increases your level of worthiness in your own subconscious mind. You want to be confident in your ability to communicate these standards and boundaries with your man in a way that generates connection instead of repels him. You don't want it to come from a place of neediness or a place of righteousness, if you will, or a place of like guardedness, but really a place of openness. You want to be confident in your ability to communicate this. Because here's what happens. When you know your standards and boundaries and you know how to live into those, you create the ability to feel safe. It's sort of counterintuitive, right? Why would knowing your standards and boundaries actually connect you more to your man? Well, here's why. You feel safe. And when you feel safe, you're able to trust yourself. And you're in that vibration of trust, which means that he also feels trusted. When you're in that vibration of trust, you're more authentic, you're more yourself, you're more revealing yourself, so he can actually get to know who the real you. And when you're authentic in your real self, you're able to be more playful, and the dates are more fun, the interactions are more fun, there's more laughter, and that's just an overall great time to be together, and you're more confident. And when you're more confident, it generates this state of, oh, she's got choice in her life, she's powerful, and that's highly attractive to men. Now, the other thing that this does is when you communicate your standards and boundaries to say, no, this is what's required in order to sleep together, then you're communicating what he's got to do to earn the right for that privilege. And guess what? Men value what they earn. We value what we earn. When we work for something and we know why we're working for something, we value that thing more. When you value yourself, we value you just that much more. Just like when a man values himself, you value that man that much more. Here's a great example of this. Here's Jennifer Goldstein, a client of mine, saw this webinar, said, I love this. This makes total sense to me. I want to go deeper in this. I really want to learn this and master this. And so she ended up coming through the Manifest Your Man program. And part of having a love abundant heart set is, we talked about resilience, being able to be so grounded in yourself and confident that you're able to, that rejection doesn't floor you. And so, but you're actually able to bounce back and be more resilient. So she hadn't dated anyone in 5 years. She said she hadn't gone on a great date in 5 years. She's, as you can see here, she's a single mom of 2 kids. One of her belief systems was that no men want a single mom with 2 kids. So we applied a process, shifted that belief, shifted her worthiness. She ended up attracting a great guy, went out with him. After a couple of dates, they kissed, and she got back on the call with me. And she goes, Matt, the kiss was the best kiss I've had in years. I got chills down to my toes. You know what I'm talking about, those kind of kisses, right? And so she's like, I'm so excited. So they ended up dating for several weeks. And then it happened, right? Everything is going great. She's on this new path. Then he calls her up and he literally says this. He says, Jennifer, you're amazing. You're so high quality. You're the kind of woman I could marry. But, and her heart starts to sink a little bit. And he said, but I've met this other woman. She's younger than you. She's super attractive. And I have this opportunity and I don't want to miss it. And Jennifer said 2 things happened in that moment. What would have normally happened without the Manifest Your Man program and doing those things, she would have just been devastated and told him off and cussed him out on the phone and said, you're an effing asshole, and clicked. And these are her words to me, saying, I would have totally done it. She goes, but it was the strangest thing. She goes, I took a deep breath and I knew deep down that if this really was my man, he would want me. And all the old stories of I'm not pretty enough, I'm too old, even though he's going for someone younger and he's saying prettier, those didn't impact me in the same emotional way that they would have. And I just said, you know what? This is your choice. If you want to choose her, I bless you and wish you all the best. And she said he was shocked at my response and was like, see, it's that kind of response that makes me question myself. And she's like, no, don't question yourself. Follow what you want to do. And she released him. And then she said, Matt, I would have normally spent weeks devastated. She goes, instead, that same day, I was walking on air, connected to my worth, my value, so proud of myself for responding that way. She was like, I felt so good. I got online that next night and I messaged the hottest guy I could find online, feeling confident about it. He messaged me back. We ended up going out Friday. This was right before our call. She goes, we went out Friday, had an amazing date. Couple days, we went out again on the weekend. We ended up kissing after that date, and the kiss was even better than it was with the original guy. She was like, this was incredible to just see the turnaround. So she kept applying a love abundant heart set, and she has attracted her man. And she shared this picture with us and said, I hope this is inspiration to all the women out there. Doesn't matter how long you've been single. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter what your life is like. If you create a love abundant mindset, heart set, and skill set, you can attract the love of your life. And they have an incredible relationship to this day. So let's review. Secret number 1 is creating a love abundant mindset, a mindset that's aligned with the relationship that you want. Secret number 2 is a love abundant heart set. A love abundant mindset. Again, the 3 things that can help you with this is consistency, a coach, and a community that can help fuel this love abundant mindset. A love abundant heart set, right? And coming from this place of trusting yourself, accepting yourself, and helping your man feel that trust and accepted and acknowledgement. A love abundant skill sets to generate attraction, progression, and then communication. Those 3 skill sets will help when you're actually dating the guy to help you create an amazing bond that's unlike anything he's ever felt with any woman out there. And that will make you and him that much more special. And that leads you to the love abundant relationship that you want. Now, I said I have a gift for you if at the end of this workshop. But first, I want to acknowledge that I know that there are those of you as promised in the very beginning, I would mention how to take this further, how to take this deeper. There are those of you who really want support, you want a coach, you want community, you want to really apply this in your love life, because I always get emails afterwards. And so for you, I've created the Manifest Your Man program. So I'm going to take a few minutes right now, explain how that program works and how to get enrolled if you want to do that. And then I'll share with you the gift at the very end. Okay. So the Manifest Your Man program, a proven program for attracting the relationship that you want. How does it work? Now, just so you know, this is a special offer. I only have room for 25 women in this program. And the reason is so that I can put attention on you, know you. I will know you, your backstory, what you've been through, how to help you specifically attract the relationship that you want, be able to answer your questions and connect. So I only have room for 25 women in this program. And just know this, we've had thousands of women register for this webinar. So if you are listening to this and this resonates with you, take action on it to make sure that you secure your spot to be one of the 25, because it always sells out, okay? And just so you know, your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed in this program, which is a pretty darn bold statement to make when we're talking about a relationship program, okay? And manifesting your man. So you might be wondering, how can you guarantee that? I'll describe this here coming up, okay, in just a moment. But first, let me describe how the Manifest Your Man programs work. This is a 4-month program with me as your coach to help you master the mindset, the heart set, and the love set, or excuse me, the skill sets to help you create the relationship that you want so that you can manifest your man, the man of your dreams, faster and easier than you ever imagined possible. Imagine that for a moment. What if you got support such that it felt easy and it happened faster than you ever imagined possible? That could be real for you, okay? Now, every week for the next 16 weeks, it's a 4-month course. You and I will be together. I'll be right by your side, and you're going to receive a weekly online masterclass inside your private members area. The class is between 30 and 45 minutes. It's a video that I've recorded. It comes with a beautiful guidebook that gives you powerful principles. It gives you fun, easy life integration practices. You're going to learn tools and processes for the mindset, the heart set, and skill sets that you will have for the rest of your life. What I love about doing this work is it really does empower you, because you're going to be able to have these and use these for the rest of your life. And it will support you not only in manifesting your man, but supporting that relationship long term. Now, this is what the online member site looks like. As soon as you enroll, you get access to this site. Each weekly lesson unlocks 1 week at a time. And you have your action guide. It summarizes the entire lesson, gives you the skill sets, and you can also download the audio of each lesson as well, because that way you can listen on the go, or you can listen more than once. If you want to listen in the gym or in the car, it'll support you that way. In addition to the online master classes that you receive 3 times a month, you're going to receive live group coaching calls with me and the other small group of women who are going through this program. So they're 60-minute live group coaching calls. You can ask any question that you want. You're going to be able to discover your blind spots, exactly what's going on with you, hidden patterns that you have. You're going to be able to get questions to, hey, this guy texted me this. What do I text back? Or this guy has not responded to me in this area. What do I respond back? Or this guy wants to date me exclusively, and I have 2 men that I'm interested in. How do I respond in this situation? I'll be able to work with you and talk you through each and every situation. You're going to get answers for what to say and what to do in dating so that you can move forward quickly, okay? Now, what I love about this is you're joining me, someone who cares about you and your relationship, for this weekly masterclass and the Q&A sessions so that you can have the support, the encouragement, the guidance, and the accountability. Because it's real easy to say we're going to do something and then 3 months go by and we haven't done anything, or a year goes by and we're at the same place we were last year. My mom, as I was growing up, said, Matt, some people live 99 years, but way more people live 1 year 99 times. If you look back over the past year, how different is your love life? And if you really want to create it different, this is one way to create that change you're looking for. So you're going to learn powerful practices for how to identify and eliminate hidden blocks that are preventing you from attracting love. Every one of us has blind spots and mindset and heart set that's in our way. I'm going to show you a process for how to identify exactly what it is and then eliminate it. It's easier than you may think. And you're going to learn a powerful principle, several actually, for how to increase your self-worth to a level that you haven't even experienced before. My goal is that at the end of this program, you're going to be more confident and feel more worthy than you ever have in your entire life. Now, you're going to feel more joy as you effectively release any past relationships that are holding you back with ease and grace. And you're going to learn how to stop attracting emotionally unavailable men or vanishers and instead attract men who want a deeply satisfying partnership with you. Remember, like attracts like, so we're going to show you exactly how to do that. You're going to learn not only where, but then also how to meet these emotionally available men. And you're going to feel what this gives you is this powerful sense. You're going to feel powerful because you're going to know that your results are up to you and that you've got the power to actually create this, which gives you this sense of freedom with this increased confidence, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way in the dating process. No matter what a guy says, no matter what a guy does, you know you're going to be able to handle it the right way with confidence. And that creates this sense of relaxed peace and freedom. You're going to learn, I love it. You are going to love this, actually. I'm going to teach you a strategy that works like X-ray vision into his heart to quickly know if he wants a relationship so that you can choose the right guy and decline the wrong guy. I've taught this to hundreds of women. And just last week on my Manifest Your Man coaching program, or not, I'm sorry, it was a few weeks ago, a woman got on the line and said, Matt, this worked so well. I didn't believe it was going to work this well. It worked so well. He responded exactly the way you said he would. I said, I know, it's because this is how we're wired up. So you're going to learn this method for discovering what he wants in a relationship and for his love life. You're going to love this. You'll know what he's thinking and what he wants so that you don't have to figure it out alone or spend hours mulling it over with your girlfriends. You're going to learn new, highly effective communication tools. Like I said, the skill set communication for how to build attraction, for how to progress the relationship, and then also how to move through conflicts, how to get your needs met. I'm going to teach you a formula for how to flirt in a way that drives him wild. I'm going to teach you a formula for how to gracefully handle disagreements and misunderstandings without all of the drama. You're going to learn simple and proven strategies for online dating as well to make it more fun. Chances are you might be online dating and it's torturous and it's a chore and you feel like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm going to show you how to make it fun and give you strategies to make it a whole lot easier so you can meet your man fast and more. I literally cut out like half the slides on this because I was like, it's going to take an hour just to describe everything you get in this program. So you get everything you need, all the skill sets that you need to manifest your man in this program. So when does the Manifest Your Man program begin? The Manifest Your Man program begins on the first Sunday of this next upcoming month. Okay. So that means this program begins Sunday, February 5th is the start date for this program, which is perfect because it's Love Month. So let's let this year be the year that you allow yourself support, encouragement, community, and a coach to turn your love life around. And it all starts with Love Month this year. You're going to receive weekly group coaching calls, and the coaching calls are Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, the live group coaching calls, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific. Now, the first is a 4-month program. The first half of the program, they're at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. The second half of the program, they shift an hour and 15 minutes later. I'll tell you why we do that in just a moment, but it's going to serve you. It's going to shift an hour and 15 minutes later, and they're going to be at 6:15 Pacific on Wednesdays for the second half of this program. Don't worry, it's all written down. We'll give you lots of notice and really we take you by the hand through this program. You get 3 Q&A coaching calls per month, and the moment you register, I'll email you details about when the first Q&A call is going to be. So again, take action because there's only room for 25 women in the program, so it always sells out. If what I've said up until now is resonating with you and you said, Matt, that sounds good, I would love that, then take action on this. I'm going to share with you how to get registered in just a moment. But you want to make sure that you don't wait because the program will become full. And I always get emails from people saying, no, I was just waiting until this date and I want to get in. I'm like, sorry, it's closed. So in addition, and actually I'm seeing Yeah. So in addition, you're also going to receive 3 Manifest Your Man exclusive bonuses, and you are going to love this. Your first Manifest Your Man exclusive bonus is emergency email access to myself. So you're going to receive answers and coaching when you need them most with emergency email access for the entire 16 weeks of the program. So imagine being able to, you have my personal email. It's a private VIP email that only my coaching clients receive. I get thousands of emails a week from just people watching the YouTube videos. We have 10 million views in these YouTube videos or more. But I reserve the emails for you in the program. So imagine how valuable that is, that something happens on a date, you email in, hey, how do I respond to this? Oh, I'm feeling, how do I do this? And I respond back to you. And having that at your fingertips throughout the program is invaluable. So I usually respond within 24 hours, but occasionally I might be flying or traveling for an event, so it might be 48 hours, but you're going to have access, you're going to have support when you need it, when you want it, for the entire 4 months of this program. You also, bonus number 2 is you receive access to your private Facebook community. So not only are you on these group calls, and what's great about the group calls as well, just to give you a perspective on this, is I have so many women that say, wow, like I love that not only I get to raise my hand, I get my question answered, but I get so much value from listening to these other women share and their questions, because I'm able to answer the questions from a place of the principle. So you learn the principle yourself, and then how they can apply it often connects right to your heart. Every question, whether you believe it or not, applies to you and your love life as well. It's very powerful to hear other questions going back and forth. And then what's great about the private Facebook community is you have a place to get 24/7 support. It's a new conversation. Instead of a man-bashing conversation with girlfriends that are having limiting beliefs, you feel encouraged with a like-minded group of women who believe in you, who empower you, who can help pick yourself back up if you're feeling discouraged for whatever reason. And these women are brilliant. They're going through the same lessons you are, so they can reinforce the positive beliefs in you, because what fires together wires together. So this is a $500 value for this Facebook community. And bonus number 3 is the Big Love interview series. This is in interviews. Many of my colleagues, let me put it this way, many of my colleagues throughout the years are some of the best relationship experts on the planet. And so I have done private interviews with them where they are talking about some of the most important things in relationships. It's a groundbreaking interview series where you're going to gain advanced training on communication, flirting, male psychology, feminine energy, sex, and more. This is a $349 product. It's yours as a bonus with the Manifest Your Man program. So now, what's the investment for the program? I can see that people are asking. I'm sure this is on your mind. What's the investment? I love this, Matt. This sounds great. What's the investment? It's important to keep the investment in proper perspective compared to the other options you have out there for support. So you have an option for matchmaking services. You may have looked into matchmaking services. And if you have, you know that a good matchmaker is anywhere from $7,500 to $1,500, $7,500 to $15,000, depending on how many matches you want. And that's out there for you. You also have the ability to hire a dating coach one-on-one. Now, good dating coaches, because I know them all, their rates start also around $7,000 or $8,000 for their program, up to $20,000, depending on the coach that you want to work with, for one-on-one coaching. Now, the other option is to keep doing what you're doing. Now, I know this might look like there's no investment. There really is a cost to this. And the cost is that your results don't change, because in order to get something new, you've got to try something and do something new, right? So the cost is the loneliness. The cost is not having someone at the holidays. The cost is meeting emotionally unavailable men. The cost is all of the things that that's been all the discontent that you've been experiencing up until now. So here's what you want to ask yourself. You want to ask yourself, would you love this program? Because love attracts love. Would you love to be supported by me? Would you love to be in a community of amazing women? Would you love to manifest your man with the support of this program? Would you love it? Take your sheet of paper and write down yes or no. Write down yes or no, because this is what you want to do. Highly successful people make a decision in advance. They make a commitment in advance, because when they make that decision, all things move for the fulfillment of that decision. They begin attracting resources. They begin figuring out how to make it happen. Okay. So would you love this? Write down yes or no and go ahead and circle the answer. Circle the answer that you would love. And if you wrote down yes, then this is for you. The investment for the Manifest Your Man program, again, only 25 women in the program. The investment is $2,997. And I've had many women go through this program and tell me it's not only worth every penny of that, it's worth 10 times that investment. And I'm very, very proud of being able to deliver this quality of a program at this level for that investment. It's only $2,997. So what you want to do in your mind right now is ask yourself, is the relationship that I've wanted worth $2,997? Again, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee on this. I'm going to tell you about that in just a moment. So is manifesting the man of my dreams worth $997? And I hope you're answering a resounding yes. I hope having the relationship that you want and the personal development that goes along with it isn't just worth that, it's worth 10 times that. It's priceless, really. Now, here's what I've seen. I've seen that women in this program who have the most success are the ones who are able to make decisions and take action quickly. And that leads to great success, not only in their life, but in their love life. So here's what I'm doing. In order to honor that part of you that's willing to make a decision and act quickly, to support that, because I know that's what's going to drive your success, I'm going to give you a fast action discount on top of the $2,997. On top of all the bonuses, I'm going to give you a discount to help inspire you to take action quickly. So when you enroll right now on this workshop, I'm going to take off $1,000 off of the course, and it's going to drop. The entire investment is now only $1,997 for the entire program. The 4 months of coaching, all of the live coaching calls, the 16 master classes, the private Facebook community of women who are supporting you, the unlimited email access to Matt Boggs throughout the entire 4 months, the Big Love interview series, all of that for just $1,997. So I'm going to right now put up, if you're wondering, I want in, Matt, how do I get in? I'm going to put up a link next to this webinar. You'll see it right on the side of the page here, where there's a button that you can click. It'll take you to the order page and you can get yourself ordered. Again, if you want to do this, take action, do it quickly, because these spots will fill up. We've had thousands of people register for this webinar. There are only 25 slots. So go ahead and take action quickly. And as promised, oh, and also there's a payment plan available. So if you don't have the $1,997 up front, there is a payment plan available. We can stretch it out over the 4 months, and you'll see the payment plan on that page when you go to the order page. Okay. So how do I sign up? There's a link right next to this page. It'll take you to the Manifest Your Man checkout page, and you can get signed up right there. Now, I'm going to share with you in a moment, I'm going to share with you how the guarantee works. And I'm going to share with you also where to get your free gift. Okay. But I thought, as inspiring it is to have me tell you about the program, it's even more inspiring to hear it from women who have actually gone through the program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a short video. It's about 5 minutes. It'll give you time to hear what these women have to say as you get registered for this program. So go ahead and finish getting registered for this program. Listen to what other women have to say who have gone through this program. Check this out. right. So we are, oh, hang on real quick. Oh, my video, hang on, I'm gonna get out of this and we're gonna put get my video up for you. There we go. Oh, looks like I'm a little jerky right here. Hang on. Give me 1 second. There we go. Hi. All right, we're back. I'll just get my screen set up so I can show you the PowerPoint as well. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging with me. All right. Weren't those awesome? I loved those videos, those stories of these women who have gone through Manifest Your Man, the courage it took to sign up, the decision they made for themselves, how they applied it. I'm so proud of each and every one of those women and the work that they did. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. What's great about that, those videos are really, I ask women, I say, hey, would you be willing to share your story to inspire other women who might consider this program? And so they said, absolutely. And so I just want you to know, these are not professionally produced videos. They literally recorded those videos on Skype, sent them in, not for me, but for you, to hopefully inspire you, to let you know that you are worth it. You do deserve it. And that if you have that desire to do a program like this, if you want to do this with me, to say yes to yourself, because you really do deserve it. So I hope you feel that that's where they were coming from and the love to encourage you with this program. Now, like I said, I've put a bold 100% satisfaction guarantee on this course. So how does it work? After going through this program and applying the principles that I teach you, you're going to be 100% satisfied with what you do, with what you learn, and your newfound ability to manifest your man. Many women manifest their man in the program, and many women have all the skills, they're ready, they've got a ton of momentum built, and they manifest their man shortly after the program. But my guarantee is you're going to be 100% satisfied knowing that it's worth every penny, and in fact, 10 times more than that. And if for whatever reason you're not satisfied, you go through the whole program, you're not satisfied, all you have to do is email my team and we will give you a fast refund, no hassles, and that is a powerful guarantee. Now, why would I do this? I do this because I want to give you every reason to say yes to yourself. Now, don't say yes to this expecting to quit and expecting to cancel. Don't quit on yourself, because I'm not going to quit on you. Okay. But I give this guarantee so that you can trust yourself to make this decision. You can feel confident, say yes to that part of you that wants to move forward, and that you and I can work together in your love life to manifest your man. Now, as promised, I have a gift for you. So I want to honor you, celebrate you for, whether you do this program or if you don't do this program. This gift is for every single one of you on this line right now. And it's to say thank you for investing in yourself. Thank you for moving yourself forward with this workshop. We've covered a lot of great, potent ground, a lot of great content that you can take and use right now in your love life. And this gift is a special self-love activation kit. Okay. It's at the bottom of the registration page. So just click the link next to this webinar right now or in the description below, and go to that page, scroll to the very bottom. You'll see a button that looks like this. It's a self-love activation kit. It's a $20 product, yours free as a thank you for coming to this workshop. It's an affirmation practice guidebook and a 12-minute guided meditation of myself guiding you for how to amplify your self-love. So this is to say thank you for being here. Thank you for investing in yourself and your love life. It's a gift from me to you. And I hope you can feel the love coming your way. Now, this brings us to the end of the webinar. And so if you have this, if you've already registered, I want to say congratulations. I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm excited to support you along this journey. If you haven't yet registered, but you know that this has your name on it and you would love to do that, go ahead and go to the checkout page, get yourself registered. Again, there's only 25 spots, so do it fast so that we can make sure that you've got your seat. And if this doesn't have your name on it, then this is an opportunity for me to say thank you. I'm sending love your way. I know that you remember that you are far greater than any circumstance, any condition. Your history does not determine your destiny, and that you are worthy and deserving of an amazing love story. Now, if you want to stick around, I've got several common questions that women ask about the program. And so I'm going to be going deeper into the program and address these common questions. Okay. So if you don't want to stick around, I'm saying goodbye. Thank you so much for spending this day with me, and I'm sending you lots of love. And for those of you who are interested in the program, all right, here we go. Here's some great questions about the Manifest Your Man course. So you may be the type of person who's very successful, very busy. You say, what if my life is really busy? How much time will this take? I get it. I'm very busy as well. I know that same objection. This course, the weekly masterclass, is about 30 to 45 minutes, and it'll take about an hour after you do the homework. And then the 3 times a month, there's an hour Q&A. So you want to dedicate about 2 hours a week total to this course. Now, the universe reads our priorities in life by where we're investing our time and our money. So you want to make sure that you're willing to at least invest 2 hours a week into this, into your love life, into attracting the relationship that you want. Here's an example. Donna Melger, after 10 years of unsuccessful dating, she signed up for the program, and then she completed the program and wrote in this testimonial. She says, after 10 years of only meeting unavailable men, I was convinced that I needed help. After joining the Manifest Your Man coaching program, I learned so much about myself, the things I was doing wrong, and what I needed to do to shift so that I could really open myself to love. Now, Donna was one of those really busy women. Do I have enough time to really do this program? She carved out the time. She says, I'm going to prioritize my love life. And she says, within 4 months in the program, I found love, and I'm in a committed relationship that continues to grow. There she is. Look at Donna and her man. This program is worth every penny if you're willing to put in the work. Matt's commitment and guidance is exactly what I needed. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Donna, for sharing this as a point of inspiration for you. Common questions. What makes this program different from others out there? I love getting this question because chances are you might be the person who you've tried other programs and you're like, nothing's worked for me so far. Well, what's great about this program is most other programs out there, they're either going to focus only on mindset and state, like your heart set and mindset, but they leave out the essential skill sets for how to meet a man, how to build attraction, how to build connection, how to build progression online and offline. Or they only focus on the skill set and they don't deal with the mindset or the heart set. And so this program is a beautiful, harmonious blend of all three, which are the magic trifecta of helping you manifest your man. This is Linda. And Linda had tried everything out there. Nothing was working for her. And Linda wrote in, she signed up for Manifest Your Man, did the program. And Linda says, I've been divorced since 1999 and have been online dating for over 4 years with limited success when I found Matt. So it was like everything that she tried, nothing was working. I thought to myself, if doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity, then I really need to do something different. Hesitantly, now here's what's great. Some of you might feel like, wow, the $1,997, that's a big chunk of change for you. And if it is, I get it. I understand. And if you want this, I know there's a way that you can make it happen if you just get creative enough. Here's what Linda did, because it was a big chunk of change for Linda. Linda said, hesitantly, I used the money I'd been saving for a new car to invest in the Manifest Your Man program. She'd saved up a little bit for a down payment. And she said, I'm so glad I did, because before the end of the program, I manifested my man. This is the best relationship I've been in my entire life, she says. And the best part, get this, I love this part of the story. She says, this program not only impacted my love life, it has impacted my entire life. As a result of my increased self-esteem and confidence, my business and income has skyrocketed too. I was able to buy the new car I wanted after all. The difference is now I have an amazing man riding next to me. So that's what's so fantastic. When you increase your self-worth, when you increase your confidence, it isn't confined to one area of your life. It actually transmits across every area of your life, and you begin to have greater levels of success across the board. as Linda described. So now not only she has her new car, she got a man with her. So this is Linda and her man. She goes, I'm so grateful that I said yes to this program and invested in myself and my love life. Awesome. Common question, what if I miss a call? Yes, if you miss a call, all of the Q&A calls are recorded. They're all posted in your member site, so you can download them, listen to them later in the gym or in the car. And if the call isn't at the time where you can make it, don't let that stop you. If the call time isn't at the time where you're working at the time or it's in the middle of the night, don't let that hold you back. The paradigm is going to say, oh, you can't be on the call. That's not essential to be on the call live to get the results that you want, okay? Annette Einerson from Sweden signed up for the program, and here's what she did. She goes, Matt, I'm very excited to be in your program. Can't wait until it starts. Now, in Sweden, it's the middle of the night on these Q&A calls. And she said, I'm one of those who will most likely listen afterwards on the calls because of the time difference. But what Annette did is Annette carved out a day and an hour a week that was going to be her Manifest Your Man hour. And she sent in questions to me via email. I gave her email coaching. She sent in questions for me to specifically answer on the Q&A call. She said, answer this on the Q&A call. I said, you got it. So I talked to Annette on the Q&A call. Then she would download that and listen to that. And she made a sacred hour that she was working on her love life and growing herself. And before the end of the program was up, Annette had manifested an amazing man and is in a great relationship. So this is me saying to you, if you're interested in this program, you are worth it. Let's do it together. Say yes to yourself. Your man, you having the desire for the relationship in your life is proof that there's a man out there who has the counterpoint of that same desire. He's looking for you right now. So you are worth it. Invest in yourself. Invest in him. Invest in this relationship that you want by accepting support. You know, one of the paradigms that gets in our way is the Lone Ranger syndrome. The idea that if I get support, it means I'm somehow less than or weak. Or if I get support, it means there's something wrong with me. And that's not the case at all. The most successful people on the planet are the ones who allow themselves to receive support so they can accelerate their results. So they don't have to figure it out through trial and error and spend painful months or painful years trying to figure it out on their own. Let me help you. Let's shortcut the system. Let's accelerate your results. Let's do this together, hand in hand, you and I, as I support you into manifesting your man. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and make sure this link is up. We're going to close out this webinar. I just want to send you lots of love and say thank you so much for being with me today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the program. Take care. Bye-bye.